On tonight's homework, students are going to practice the skills that we've been using in class. So the thing that we learned today in class is another idea about the base 10 number system. So we have known in earlier grades and earlier this year that 10 ones makes 110. We can make that exchange. We know that 10 tens can be exchanged for 100. And that's also true for tenths, the 0.1. If we have 10 of those can exchange in for one whole. So what problem 1 is asking you to do is it's asking you to group up tenths by circling them. And when you do that, you're going to exchange them in for one whole. So in this case, we're going to count up the tenths. That number is going to go here. And then we're going to circle the 10 tenths to show it as one whole. And then on the side where it shows there, it says write and draw the same number using 1 and tenths. So this group that I circled, I'm now going to draw just one disc and put a 1 in there for it. And then I'm going to show the remaining 4 tenths. So then this decimal form becomes 1 whole and 4 tenths. The question that they're asking in the second part is how much more is needed to get to 2 wholes. So if I count up by tenths, how many more tenths do I need? So I need 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, 10 tenths. That was 6 more tenths. The things that we talked about today with students was that if we had this, what would be needed to make 2 whole? Well, we can see here, if we have 6 more, we can exchange those 6 or add 6 to these 4 here and get another 1 whole for a total of 2 whole. So students are going to keep doing that here. Every time they circle 10 tenths, they're going to exchange that in for 1 whole. So then these become a 1. And then this one would also become 1 as well, and then these would just move as themselves for part B. Same work though with decimal form, and then how many more is needed to get to the next 1 whole, or in this case 3. Problem 2 says draw a disc to represent each number using tenths, ones, and tenths, and then show the expanded form of the number and the decimal form. The first one has been completed. So what we see here is the student drew 3 tens to represent here. They then drew 4 ones, which are represented here, and then 3 tenths, which you can see there. Expanded form means they're going to show the place value, or the value, in this case 10, how many times they see it. So 3 times 10. They're going to put those in parentheses to show that they are one entity. And then here they showed the ones, because that's what the value we see here, and there's 4 of them. And then they showed 3 of 1/10, which we see the value here, and they show a mixed number as the answer. So what I would encourage you to have your student do is write the solution under each parenthesis, so that they would say this is 30 plus 4 plus 3/10, and then that makes this final answer easier to arrive at. The only change they need to do for expanded decimal form is go from 1/10 the fraction to 1/10 the decimal. So here students would draw 5 discs with a value of 10. Then they would show 3 discs with a value of 1 and 7 discs with a value of 1/10. Then for expanded form, remember students want to show how many values are in the tenths place, plus the value in the ones place, plus the value in the tenths place. This number here is going to be the count, how many there are. So in the tenths place we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 3 here, and then 7. Remember, I like students to solve underneath, so they're going to see 50 plus 3 plus 7 tenths. And then they would, of course, find that number added up. Same work for C and D. They're going to do both the disc drawing, the expanded form of both the fraction and the decimal. Part 3, they should have come home with a sheet today that looks exactly like this. We did some of this in class today, so they're going to complete the chart. Some of it is filled out, some of it is not, but they should know from their experience today how to do this. So for instance, if we look at the, let's look at B together. So students can see they've completed the number line. So on the number line, they always want to put the whole number below, the whole number above. And in this case, these are always going to be broken into tenths. So it's 24 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tenths. So that as a decimal is going to be 24.5. As a fraction, it's 24 and 5 tenths. Expanded form was just what they did in the last problem. So they're going to say how many times they see 10, how many times they see ones, and how many times they see tenths. And I'm going to add in that plus sign, even though I can't write it all the way across, I can show it. So I know I have 2 tens because I have 20, 4 ones because I have 24, and then 5 tenths. And then the question they ask always at the end is how much to the next one. The students can use the number line to figure it out because they're trying to figure out how much to get to here. So they'd see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tenths, and that's how they'd figure that out. Like I said, students came home with this sheet today, and the clues are right here for them to figure out. The thing that they may need help with is what number comes below and what number comes above. The whole number informs that. So in this case, it's 71 below, 72 above. Here, they would do 4 below, 5 above. And in this case, I can see that it's 63, 64. And here, it's going to be 90, 91. That may be an area students may need some help.